Hello there. Welcome to Just the Discs. We talk about Blu-rays here. And today I have a whole bunch of titles that you can get at MVD Shop, straight from MVD Entertainment. They are varying in their labels. Many very exciting labels here. And we'll start with one of those right at the top. That is Radiance Films with the movie Sympathy for the Underdog. This is a Kinji Fukasaku film, and one of the latest from Radiance. Returning from a 10-year prison sentence, a former gang leader, Gunji, Koji Surata from Big Time Gambling Boss, one of my favorite releases Radiance has put out, finds that his turf has been taken over, and by his former enemy, apparently. Now a large crime syndicate with a legal corporate front. Looking for new opportunities, he gathers his old crew and heads for the island of Okinawa, a legal gray zone ripe for the taking. Made just before Kinji Fukasaku's 1970 streak of Yakuza movie masterpieces, Sympathy for the Underdog is a key film in the development of this director's unique style and themes. He, of course, also did Yakuza Graveyard, which is a Radiance film release. And he's just one of those filmmakers that the name stands out to you. And, you know, as it mentions, he did a ton of Yakuza films. But I'm trying to remember, there's one in particular that stands out to me. Oh, well, of course, that would be Battle Royale. That's maybe his most known film to date. But, of course, Battles Without Honor and Humanity, Black Lizard, Graveyard of Honor. Oh, yeah, he did Green Slime. Oh, my gosh, I totally forgot about that. And Message from Space, as well as a ton of those Yakuza films. Very prolific. But, yeah, obviously would do Battle Royale in 2000 and really blow the doors off of everything. So this is a high-definition digital transfer with uncompressed mono PCM audio. Audio commentary by Yakuza film expert Nathan Stewart. That's brand new. Interview with Fukasaku biographer Oliver Haduchi. That's also brand new. Visual essay on Okinawa on screen by film historian and author Aaron Giroux. Also brand new. The trailer. New and improved English subtitle translation. Reversible sleeve featuring the original newly commissioned artwork by Time Tomorrow. So you can get a look at the alternate artwork, which is also very cool. And a limited edition booklet featuring new writing by Bastien Merson and archival review of the film as well. So I'm just curious. I like that he does cast and crew right at the front of the booklets. Those are nice. Sympathy for the Underdog, a history of consideration. And it goes, warning, the views expressed by participants in this DVD are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of the publisher. The publisher assumes no responsibility for the content of the statements made by participants. This warning message, occasionally included in recent years as an introduction to bonus materials accompanying select DVD and Blu-ray releases from prominent American distributors, consistently perplexes me. Has our society regressed to the extent that major film studios no longer support the statements made by their own employees or individuals and engaged by them to promote their productions? I take this opportunity to chime in on the wonderful re-release of Kinji Fukasaku's 1971 film, Sympathy for the Underdog, and to add a playful, albeit slight twist to the above remarks from my humble contribution. While my colleagues elsewhere on this release have already provided in-depth explanations, comments, and analyses of the film in question, I'd like to present a broader essay with the understanding that the views expressed herein are solely my own and may not necessarily align with those of the publisher or other contributors. As I recently rewatched Sympathy for the Underdog after many years, I was struck by a curious paradox. On one hand, we live in a extraordinary age where we have unparalleled access to Kinji Fukasaku's work, freed from the past cinematic constraints and viewed from entirely fresh perspectives, courtesy of the wealth of available information. On the other hand, the recollection of the mentioned introductory text also indicates that our society appears to be regressing in terms of embracing diverse perspectives. It made me ponder whether in today's era, Kenji Fukasaku's films would warrant such a cautionary disclaimer from his production studios, or even worse, if there would still be bold individuals willing to fund his projects. Anyway, that is the start of that very unique essay. And another nice release from Radiance. I do love their little fold that they include here that really gives their releases a unique look. Yeah, just beautiful and well done. Always wonderful stuff from Radiance. And we have one more from them to talk about, and that is called Bandits, Orgo Solo. And this is a film by Vittorio De Sica. A Sardinian peasant is suspected of murder following an encounter with bandits. In order to survive, he has no option but to turn to banditry himself. Winning multiple awards at the Venice Film Festival, Bandits Orgasmo continues the traditions of Visconti and De Sica, yet with his own style and rhythms, Vittorio De Sica musters just as much power as the earlier masters. Despite awards and plaudits on release, this incredible film only now makes its debut on home video. Upon release, Bandits moved Martin Scorsese to observe, "It was as if De Sica were an anthropologist who spoke with the voice of a poet." That is a great sell from the master himself. This has a new 4K restoration from the original camera negative by the Film Foundation and Cineteca di Bologna at LAC Imagen Retrova Laboratory in association with Titanus, with funding provided by Hobson Lucas Family Foundation. Uncompressed mono PCM audio. New interview with cinematographer Luciano Tavoli. That's 28 minutes. New interview with curator and filmmaker Ashan Kashabakht. That's 11 minutes, brand new. The trailer, optional English subtitles, reversible sleeve, newly commissioned artwork by Filippo Di Battista. And here is that artwork. And a limited edition booklet featuring new writing by Robert Curti. This is about how big these booklets are that are included. Sardinia in the movies brings back bad luck. Besides, who would be interested in a story about shepherds and their sheep? This is what producer Clement Fracassi told film critic Tullio Kazek when the latter presented him the original concept for Bandit Orgo Solo, penned by Vittorio De Sica and his wife Vera Garaducci. Fracassi, together with Federico Fellini and Angelo Rizzoli, was a co-founder of Federiz, a company aimed at financing works by new authors who were having difficulties mounting their projects. Today, Fracassi's reservations about De Sica's project seem preposterous. However, by 1960, the autonomous region of Sardinia was still a world apart from the rest of Italy and was seen with strongly prejudiced bias for a variety of reasons: geographic, historical, cultural, economic, and so on. Even the language spoken by its inhabitants, Sardinian, is a proper idiom rather than a dialect. Furthermore, banditry was a notorious issue, particularly in the mountainous and scarcely populated Barbagia area, with the village of Orgosolo serving as a hotspot for such activity. This had been the subject of several controversial reports, a controversial report by ethnologist Franco Cagnedia, published in a renowned journal in 1954, which argued that the island's still archaic conditions were exacerbated by the state's repressive policies, more akin to that of an occupying military force. Anyway, just the start of that essay there, but another beautiful release from Radiance. Moving on to something a little lower brow, we have a new one from Unearthed Films, and this is called Homework, and it is from, I believe, 1980. I want to say it's from the 80s, but I could be misremembering this. Does it give the date? 82. And it says Homework follows Tommy Michael Morgan, a young rock star who is also a virgin, as he tries to lose his virginity to local high school girls. A classmate's mother, Joan Collins, decides to make a man of him. She had a series of films that were kind of sexy films that I find really interesting, just as an outcropping of her career proper. This is the most 80s of those, although she did one called The Stud, and there's another one too that I'm blanking on, but those were in the 70s. So this is the 80s version of that. It says the story unfolds through the promiscuous, funny, and sometimes touching life of the young high schooler. By the end of Tommy's senior year, he's ready to take on the world. This is one that I've somehow missed at this point, although I do remember this cover. It's definitely a very 80s kind of cover, and is very suggestive of the kind of film we're talking about here. This bonus materials included here: interview with legendary producer Max Rosenberg, a photo gallery, some trailers. The cast includes Joan Collins, Aaron Donovan, Michael Morgan, Lee Purcell, who I'm a huge fan of, Miss Jackson. Lee Purcell, of course, in Valley Girl and a bunch of stuff. Wings Hauser as Red Dog, and Carrie Snodgrass as Dr. Delingua. So between Joan Collins, Lee Purcell, Wings Hauser, and Carrie Snodgrass, you've got a whole lot of cult actor cachet to be mined for this one. And so I'm very curious what Wings Hauser as Red Dog is like. I think you can see him a little bit on the back there. I have to talk to Elric about this one. Very cool stuff. Yeah. Always down for another 80s sex comedy, and this looks to be like a nice release from Unearthed Films. Moving on to a bunch from Masters of Cinema and also Eureka. We have a Masters of Cinema 4K release. This is among, well, it's not their first, but it's definitely one of the first in this US series of releases, I think. I'm probably wrong about that too. So this one is The Valiant Ones is perhaps the last true wuxia film directed by celebrated Taiwanese filmmaker King Hu, an undisputed master of the genre. Shot back-to-back with The Fate of Li Kan, but not released until 2 years later. It stands as a worthy follow-up to his earlier works, Come Drink With Me, Dragon Inn, and A Touch of Zen. During the reign of Zhejiang Emperor Shaolei plays him. China's coastal regions have come under attack by Wokou, Japanese pirates under the leadership of the infamous Hakatatsu. That's Sammo Hung playing that. Very exciting. To combat this threat, the emperor is tasked a trusted general, Zhu Wan, with assembling a group of skilled warriors to find and eliminate the pirates under the command of General Yu Daiyu. The band of soldiers, including husband and wife sword fighters Wu Jian, Wing Bai, and Ru Roshi Feng Xu, set out to draw Hakatatsu, his ally Zhu Dong, and their pirate clan into a series of spectacular showdowns, inspired by historical events featuring several storied figures drawn from Chinese history. The Valiant Ones is a standout wuxia film produced during the dying days of the genre, as audiences' tastes were shifting more towards grounded kung fu cinema. The Masters of Cinema series is proud to present the film on 4K Ultra HD for the first time. Okay, so this has a booklet and the 4K, and that's it. There's no Blu-ray here. And we'll go into the features here. It's got limited edition O-card featuring new artwork by Gregory Sakra. That's on the first pressing only. 4K UHD Blu-ray presentation presented in Dolby Vision HDR from a 4K digital restoration of the original negatives. Gifted by director King Hu to the Hong Kong Film Archive. Uncompressed original Mandarin mono restored from the original soundtrack negative. Optional English subtitles newly translated for this release. Brand new audio commentary by Asian film expert Frank Zheng. New York Asian Film Festival. Tony Raines on The Valiant Ones. Brand new interview with critic and Asian film expert Tony Raines. Brand new video essay by David Cairns. The Life of a Lucky Stuntman. A brand new interview with stuntman Billy Chan. My Father and I. Brand new interview with actor Min Choi. Archival 2003 interview with actress Su Feng by Frederick Ambrosine. Archival 2003 interview with Roger Garcia, Hong Kong International Film Festival Society by Frederick Ambrosine. 2016 interview with actor Min Choi by Frederick Ambrosine. And limited edition collector's booklet with new writing on the film by Jonathan Clements. Also first pressing only. Just to give you a sense of this booklet. So the Valiant Ones, wuxia stuff in 4K with Sammo Hung. You got to be into that. Okay, onto the Eureka. This is the Eureka US stuff we're getting now. We have Queen's Ransom. And this one is from good question. 76. Perhaps even God can't save the Queen in Golden Harvest, a Queen Ransom, also known as International Assassin, an explosive action thriller starring George Lazenby. I thought I recognized that man. The Man from Hong Kong, and of course Mr. James Bond himself. Angela Mao and the legendary Jimmy Wang Yu. Very cool cast. As Queen Elizabeth II arrives in Hong Kong for a state visit, a band of skilled mercenaries plans her assassination. Contracted by an Irish Republican, Lazenby, the international group of hired killers includes a Japanese explosive expert, Chang Pei-shan, a Thai boxer, Bolo Young, a Filipino sniper, Peter Chang Lung, and a veteran of the National Liberation Front of the South Vietnam, that's Wang Yu, Jimmy. As the conspirators move to carry out their plot, two police officials, Ko Chun Seung and Charles Hung, work with a young socialite in a race against time to save the monarch's head, while also trying to manage a crisis that has brought a huge number of refugees to Hong Kong, including a young Cambodian princess. Written and directed by Ting Shang-shi, rebel boxer, A Queen's Ransom was Golden Harvest's attempt to capitalize on the popular success of the political thriller in the wake of the Day of the Jackal. Eureka Classics is proud to present the film for the first time ever on Blu-ray from a brand new 2K restoration. So first time on Blue. Limited edition O-card slipcase featuring new artwork by Darren Wheeling. That's first pressing only. 1080p presentation of the original Hong Kong theatrical cut from a brand new 2K restoration. 1080p presentation on the Blu-ray of the original English language export cut from a brand new 2K restoration. So two cuts. The original Mandarin and optional classic English dub, Hong Kong theatrical cut, classic English dub on the export version, optional English subtitles newly translated for this release, brand new audio commentary on the Hong Kong theatrical version by Asian film expert Frank Zhang, brand new audio commentary on the export version by action cinema experts Mike Leader and Arnie Venema, brand new documentary featurette by martial artist and actor Michael Worth, reversible sleeve and original poster featuring original poster art. Here's our booklet and the reverse art. So that one sounds interesting for sure. Another off my radar release. That's from Eureka. Also from Eureka, this is a cool set. Prison Walls. Abashiri Prison 1 through 3. So this is multi-film set. And it says, constructed in the late 19th century to house political prisoners, Japan's infamous Abashiri Prison served as the inspiration for a popular and prolific run of Yakuza movies released between 1965 and 1972. Masters of Cinema series is proud to present the first 3 entries in this landmark series, directed by the king of cult, Tiro Ishii, Shogun's Joy of Torture, and starring titan of Japanese cinema, Ken Takakura, from the Bullet Train, among many others. In Abashiri Prison, Takakura stars as Shinichi Tachibana, a Yakuza sent to Abashiri as punishment for an attack on a rival gangster. He intends to serve his time as a model prisoner until he's shackled to the bullish Gonzo Gonda, Kaiji Nanbara, unwittingly roped into an escape attempt orchestrated by Heizo Yoda, and forced to face the frozen wilderness of Hokkaido. In another Abashiri prison story, Tachiban has just been released when he stumbles across a stash of diamonds recently stolen in a bank heist and attracts unwanted attention from criminals and cops alike. Finally, in Abashiri Prison Saga of Homesickness, the third film, Tachibana reunites with his former Yakuza associates who are trying to go straight. This is at least until old rivals come looking for trouble. Ken Takakura would reprise the role of Tachibana in another 7 films under the Abashiri Prison banner, all of them helmed by Toru Ishii. Before the series was rebooted as New Abashiri Prison in 1968, leading to a further 8 installments with Takakura in the lead. It all began with these early entries presented here for the first time ever on Blu-ray from brand new restorations of the original elements by Toei. So it says limited edition O card featuring new artwork by Tony Stella, the wonderful Tony Stella, one of my favorite artists out there for this kind of thing. 1080p HD presentation of all 3 films from restorations of the original film elements supplied by Toei. Optional English subtitles newly translated for this release. Original Japanese and audio uncompressed LPCM mono. Brand new audio commentary tracks by Tom Mess, Chris Poggiali, and Mike Leader and Arnie Venema. Tony Raines on Abashiri Prison. Brand new interview with critic and Asian cinema expert Tony Raines. Brand new video appreciation by Jasper Sharp and Mark Schilling. Trailers, collector's booklet, and new writing by Mark Schilling, first pressing only. So this is a multi-disc set. We have 2 discs in here. So 3 movies on 2 discs. 1 and 2 on the first one and 3 on the second one. And then we have our booklet. So that's a cool Masters of Cinema release, a series of films. Again, I had no awareness of. I have my blind spots, folks. This one looks fun. Beast Fighter. This is actually 2 other films. Karate Bullfighter and Karate Bear Fighter, starring the great Sonny Chiba. Definitely sounds interesting to me. Let's see here. Mighty Sonny Chiba stars in 2 spectacular martial arts movies based upon real-life Masutatsu Masoyama, the fabled bull-slaying karate master who trained none other than Chiba himself. So I guess he's playing his own master in this, which is kind of cool. In Karate Bullfighter, or Champion of Death, a karate tournament is crashed by an enigmatic martial artist calling himself Oyama, that's Chiba, who arrives in tattered rags and beats all who dare challenge him. But Oyama's entrance into the world of karate has an unforeseen consequences, and soon he is fighting for more than sporting victory. Then in Karate Bear Fighter, Oyama is expelled from the karate community for refusing to pull his punches. With nowhere else to run, he takes a job with the Yakuza after running into Kimura Hideo Morita, who Oyama once knew as a fellow member of the Imperial Japanese Air Force before he turned to a life of crime. Ultimately, though, Oyama has no more respect for his superiors on the streets than he did in the dojo. Directed by Kazuhiko Yamaguchi, who directed Sister Street Fighter, Karate Bullfighter and Karate Bear Fighter were adapted from the popular manga series Karate Baka Ichidai by Iki Kajiwara, which ran from 1971 to 77 and chronicled the life and legend of Masoyama. Eureka Classics is proud to present both films for the first time ever on Blu-ray from brand new restorations of the original elements supplied by Toei. This has a limited edition O-card featuring the artwork of J.J. Harrison, 1080p presentations of both films across 2 Blu-ray discs from the new restorations of the original film elements by Toei, original Japanese mono audio, brand new feature-length audio commentary on both films by action cinema experts Mike Leader and Arnie Venema, In Search of the Ultimate Truth, brand new video essay by Jonathan Clemens, author of A Brief History of Martial Arts, original theatrical trailer and limited collector's booklet featuring new writing by Eddie Falvey. booklet. And you can see some reversible art as well. So, Sonny Chiba movies from Eureka. Very cool. One more Eureka. We have The Miracle Fighters, excuse me. And this is a Yen Wu-ping film, I believe. During the Qing Dynasty, marriage between Manchu and Han people is outlawed. When it is discovered that high-ranking official Ko Hisyung, Eddie Ko, has taken a Han wife, the emperor informs him that he will be forgiven, but only if he kills his beloved before the court. When he refuses, Ko Hing is marked for death by the powerful sorcerer Bat, and forced to watch his wife's as his wife is slain before his eyes. He flees, kidnapping the crown prince during his escape, but soon the prince is dead, and he is forced to silently replace him with another young boy. In adulthood, that innocent child, Shugut, finds himself relentlessly pursued by the sorcerer Bat and turns two quarreling Taoists into priests in the hope of protecting himself with their magic. Made in the same mold as its contemporaries, Encounter of the Spooky Kind and the Dead and the Deadly, this riotous kung fu fantasy was followed by two equally entertaining thematic sequels in Shaolin Drunkard and Taoism Drunkard. Eureka Classics is proud to present The Miracle Fighters on Blu-ray from a brand new 2K restoration. I guess maybe it's not the first time. Limited edition O-card slipcase featuring new artwork by Darren Wheeling. 1080p HD on Blu-ray presentation of the original Hong Kong theatrical cut from a brand new 2K restoration. Original Cantonese mono audio and optional English classic dub. Optional English subtitles newly translated for this release. Brand new audio commentary on the Hong Kong theatrical version by Asian film expert Frank Zheng. Brand new audio commentary on the export version by action cinema experts Mike Leader and Arnie Venema. John Krang on Yen Wu-ping, a brand new documentary featurette by Michael Worth, reversible sleeve and with the original poster artwork, limited edition collector's booklet featuring new writing on the film by James Oliver. And booklet. Sounds like this film is an interesting company with Encounters of the Spooky Kind, etc. I like these sort of fantasy martial arts films. They can be pretty nuts. And I have a guess that this is pretty nuts. So that is The Miracle Fighters. 1982. Next up we have a couple standard, this is from 88 Films. We're moving into some standard editions of the In the Line of Duty, I think, box set. Anyway, we have first up we have Royal Warriors in a standalone Blu-ray, and this one, when CID officer Yip, Michelle Yao, Japanese Interpol agent Hiroki Sanada, and a security guard Michael Wong foil an airplane hijacking attempt by a militia fanatic. His veteran friend vows revenge in order to stop the terrorist attack and also save their own lives. The three heroes must team up once again to fight their gun-toting adversaries. So this is a 2K remaster of the original camera negative, high-definition presentation, 2.0 English dual mono, 2.0 Cantonese dual mono with English subtitles, 2.0 alternate Cantonese dual mono with English subtitles, 5.1 English dub, audio commentary by Frank Zheng, missing airplane inserts, Cantonese trailer, English In the Line of Duty titles. So yeah, this is, if you didn't pick up the box set, you can now get these, at least these next two, as standalones. And the other one, of course, is Yes, Madam. And this one, in terms of plot, Michelle Yeoh stars in this action drama as senior police inspector Ng and signed to work with Inspector Carrie Morris, Cynthia Rothrock from Scotland Yard to investigate the murder of an agent from the Commercial Crime Bureau of London who was killed because of the evidence he has collected against a crime syndicate in Hong Kong. This one is a lot of fun with Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock together. You can't really beat that. Pretty awesome stuff. 2K remaster from the original camera negative. 1080p Blu-ray presentation. 2.0 Cantonese dual mono with English subtitle. 2.0 alternate Cantonese dual mono with English subtitles. 5.1 English dub. Export version featuring the classic English dub. Audio commentary by Frank Zhang. Interview with Cynthia Rothrock. Select scene commentary with Cynthia Rothrock and Frank Zhang. Interview with Mang Hoi. Archive interview with Michelle Yeoh. Archive Battling Babes featurette and the Hong Kong trailer as well. So that is Yes, Madam. And then just a couple more here. Inspector Warrior Skirts 3. And they've already released 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. Inspector Khan, Xu Fang Feng, now married to Madame Wu, Sibel Hu, has been instructed to train Banshee Squad members after Madame Wu goes into semi-retirement. For their next mission, the squad was assigned to go undercover into a casino ship to nab a group of thieves responsible for stolen law enforcement and military weapons. Exciting stuff. This is a brand new 2K restoration from a 4K scan of the original camera negatives. High definition 1080p presentation, 1:8:5:1 aspect ratio, 2.0 DTS HDMA Cantonese soundtrack with newly translated English subtitles, 2.0 DTS HD English dubbed soundtrack, audio commentary with cinema expert Frank Zhang, Hong Kong trailer. And of course comes with a slipcase as well. But a series that I was not aware of until 88 Films started putting them out, so I definitely did not know there was a 4th film. And Inspector Wears Skirts 4, to save the Hong Kong Police Force's Banshee Squad from becoming defunct, the struggling new squad members seek the help of former officers Amy, Sandra Kwan Yu, now a divorced mom with a young kid, and Mei Kara Hui, now partially mentally unstable, to help them with their training regiment, led by Madame Yang, Cynthia Khan. Their police skills are put to the test when they are ordered to nab a band of brutal thugs in the city. This sounds like Police Academy 2, their first assignment to me, but the Hong Kong action version. Anyway, brand new 2K restoration from the original camera negatives. 1080p presentation, 1:8:5:1 aspect ratio, DTS HDMA Cantonese soundtrack with newly translated English subtitles, DTS HDMA English dub soundtrack, audio commentary with Asian cinema expert Frank Zhang, and the Hong Kong trailer. So that is it for this round of MVD stuff. You can get all of these at MVD Shop, which I will leave a link to in the notes below. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for listening. And I will talk to you again very soon. Bye-bye.